Thank you, Sakshi. Hello, everyone. Today we have with us Dr. Mumtaz Sheikh, Madam with us. I would like to give a quick introduction about Madam. Mumtaz Sheikh, Madam, has completed her PhD in English Literature from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Me fill in English literature from Aurangabad. Bachelor's in Education from Dayanand College of Education, MA in English from Literature from Sangmeshwar College, Solapur. She has 15 years of teaching experience. Madam is associated with NK Orchid College of Engineering and Technology, Solapur, Science 2009. She served in Sangmeshwar Senior College for 5 years. She is also member of Board of Studies of Sangmeshwar College, Autonomous, Solapur, member of ILT, English Language and Teachers Association, Solapur, member of World English Language Learners, Teachers and Trainers Association, uh, Chennai. Dr. Mumtaz Sheikh Madam has twice won the Best Soft Skill Trainer Award at NK Orchid College, academic topper during graduation and post graduation, and also won the Shivaji University scholarship of her uh, meritorious academic performance in BA. Not only this, but also Madam has uh, presented and published papers in many national and international conferences, seminars, and workshops. She conducts lectures for CA students Solapur batch during their organization and MCS sessions. Uh, we are honored to have such a guest. Let's welcome Madam to share their experience and give us a wonderful guidance. Please, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Amay, and thank you, Sakshi, for that beautiful introduction. I'll start sharing my screen, okay? And then I can start.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Is it visible now? Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, good afternoon, students out there. As you might have got to know that basically I teach communication skills and soft skills. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I teach communication skills and soft skills at NK Orchid College of Engineering and Technology. Apart from this, I am a part of training and placement cell over here. So from the past 10 years in this institute, I have been dealing with placements. So I thought that I'll take up a topic with which I am very well versed and on which I can give you some good inputs. So maybe you are known to the terms like group discussion, interview, or resume. But I'll try to provide some additional inputs or I'll try to enhance a bit of your knowledge when it comes to these three important perspectives. Now, when it comes to placements, you cannot abridge it, you cannot brief it, or you can't summarize it in these three aspects. The concept of placement itself is so vast that it begins right from your academics, what you are learning, what you have learned way back, right from your first year of graduation till you complete your post graduation. Not only your technical knowledge, your technical skills, but apart from that, how you have developed as an individual in your course of graduation and post graduation. So though many of you might be graduating now, you might think that okay, we are not yet going to appear for placements, there might be still time for us to appear for it. But if you get to know, okay, wait a minute. If you get to know just now, if you get to know like what, if you get to know what is expected from you before you appear for placements, so you can start planning accordingly during your graduation itself. So that's why I took up the topic, that is getting placement ready. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. I have put it in the slide space so that you will understand and remember the points easily. That makes it more convenient. So these are the three aspects that I'll be covering. First one is resume, second one is group discussion, and the third one is interview. So I'll brief the important aspects of these 3 points, and whatever doubts you all have, you all can note down the doubts, and once I'm done with the session, we can go for the question answer session. Okay. So to begin with, what are the prerequisites? What are the necessary things that you need to have before you appear for any placement drive or before you start hunting for a job? So first and foremost thing is knowledge. So many a times it is supposed that, okay, being an academic topper, scoring a first class or scoring a distinction during your academics is sufficient. That becomes the minimal prerequisite. That is, you can say the minimum qualification required, or you can say it makes you eligible for placements. Like many companies come up with a criteria that first class should be mandatory for the students right from their 10th to their 12th and throughout their graduation and post graduation. But one thing that is more or in addition to what marks you have secured is the no matter you are a distinction holder, you are a first class student, but can you represent that knowledge in a confident way? That is necessary. Knowledge apart from that you have gained from your books, do you have any supplementary knowledge, any additional knowledge that is cross-checked by the industry, by the company people? Okay, so you need not just focus on what is taught in the classrooms, but apart from that, there are many courses available, many online platforms available. So online education or has made it very feasible for us to attend any conference, to gain knowledge from any person from at any corner of the world. So it is not difficult for students nowadays. So you can enroll for any online course, upgrade yourself. Don't be just satisfied with the university syllabus that is prescribed to you. Now everyone will go and work in their uh, field, in their career. So you need to know as a student that tomorrow when I complete my graduation and my post graduation, and when I'll be in lookout for jobs, what are the skill sets required by that specific company? So you need to be well aware that these are the skill sets that will be looked up. And as a student, I should start enhancing my skills accordingly. Like nowadays, the basic thing is that you should have computer knowledge. Okay, so am I well versed with computer knowledge, knowing just how to operate a computer, how to start a video? Is it enough? No. You need to be easygoing with preparing a presentation. You should be easily able to work on handle Excel sheets, use tackle Word file. You should be able to send emails. You should be able to prepare reports. Okay, you should be able to draft letters. So knowledge apart from your books, apart from your academics, is something that will keep you amongst the top rated candidates, or these are the qualities that are possessed by the candidates who are in demand. Okay, then in your language proficiency, having knowledge, is it sufficient? No, not nowadays. You should be able to articulate, you should be able to express that knowledge in such a way that the person sitting on the other end should be able to understand what you're talking. So any concept, any academic concept which you are very thorough with, you can write the concept very well. You have by hearted it very well for your exam. But can you express that concept in a proper way? How good is your language of communication? When it basically interviews, they are conducted in English language. So whatever you are answering to the interviewer, is it understood by the interviewer? Can he or she understand it? So your language proficiency is very important. Now, when it comes to language proficiency, first thing that is important is grammar, committing less grammatical mistakes. See, I don't say that you have to be so fluent that you don't commit a single grammatical mistake. Grammar mistakes are bound to happen. Even the interviewer will understand it. Okay, but committing minimal mistakes, committing as less mistakes as you can is required. Second thing is vocabulary. You need to be good with vocabulary, at least your technical vocabulary, the vocabulary from your academics. You should be well versed with the words. Many a times it so happens that students can write the words, they write it in their answer books. But when it comes to pronouncing the words, they falter, they make mistakes. So taking care that even I pronounce the correct pronunciation of my words. So having good vocabulary, general vocabulary plus technical, and you should be able to express yourself properly. Now, how to do this? Where to do this? Okay, that's a very big problem. Individually, how can I develop my language? I can listen to English, I can read English, but what happens when it comes to speaking in English? So you can come together, like-minded students, students who are really interested in improving or enhancing their English language. They can start working on improving their language skills. Apart from that, you can participate in different events. Like today, two students are anchoring. So see, though mistakes are committed, they will be accepted because your teachers are there. But once you get a platform to express yourself, your confidence develops. And once you develop your confidence, you will start committing less mistakes. Clear? Then the next thing is creativity. This is very important, that when you are into a group discussion, when you start working in organizations, people will not be happy, the organization will not be happy only if you come at 9, leave at 5 and do the work that is prescribed. Apart from that, what innovative ideas you are giving, what are you contributing as an employee? Do you come up with new ideas, or you are just a follower of the rules? They want creative people. They don't want just bookworms. No matter how clever you are, how intelligent you are, but there should be creativity in your talk. You should be innovative. You should be giving away more ideas, more suggestions. You should be a problem solver. Then comes body language, which plays a more important role, I would say, than words. Because words express our ideas, but what enhances our ideas, what glorifies our ideas, or what gives a shine, a glow to our talk is our body language. The way we maintain eye contact, we do our hand movements. Okay, so this all comes in body language. Your smile, your appearance, the clothes that you are wearing, the way you stand, the way you talk, everything comes up in body language. And then comes confidence. Now, how will you develop your confidence? You'll develop a confidence by participating in events that are organized by the institute. Every institute organizes events. Even your college does it. So participating in different events that will develop your confidence. And once you develop your confidence, you will not be afraid to talk. And once you are not afraid to talk, you will be ready to face any interview. You'll be ready to face any challenge out there. Okay. So confidence is one thing, and updated with the recent trends. This is very necessary. You need to know what are the recent happenings, what are the recent events, what are the recent trends, current ideas, innovations that are going in your field. So these are some of the prerequisites, I would say necessary things before you start preparing for placements. Okay. Any doubt over here? Otherwise, I can move on. If you have any doubt, you all can ask me. These are the 6 prerequisites, according to me, that will help you prepare for your placements. Or I shall take up the questions at the end. Ma'am, shall I take the questions at the end?
Madam.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, madam, you can.
Okay. Let's come to the first aspect, that is resume. We all know it. What is it? Okay. So we can say that it is a concise, informative summary. Concise, I would say a very brief, a very short, informative, but it is very informative of your abilities, education, and experience. So what education, what degree you have taken, you mention it in your resume, what abilities, skill sets you have. If you have carried out any project, you can mention it out there. What skills you have, if you have any job experience, apart along with your education qualification, you can mention it over there. So you can say, I would say that resume is a marketing pamphlet. It markets your skill sets. Before any candidate and it appears for any interview, first thing that goes to the company is your resume. So looking at your resume, they come to know that yes, does the candidate have the potential? Does the candidate have the caliber to get this job? And then only you are called for the interview. So first impression is created by your resume. Okay. So you have to tailor your resume. Tailor means you have to draft your resume according to the position. Now for every position, the same resume can't be used. See, different jobs require different skill sets. If it's a job of a computer operator, the skill sets will be different. If you're going for a teaching profession, in teaching profession, the skill sets are different. So based on the job for which you are being interviewed, your resume has to be changed. Accordingly, the priority of the points in your resume keeps on changing. Okay. Now, the language that you use in resume, it should be very carefully drafted, very meticulously drafted. It should be specific rather than general. So don't write lengthy paragraphs in your resume. Don't write, put paragraphs over there. It should be point wise. And only the very much necessary information should be put. For example, you can't take up something you have done in school. So school Olympiad students used to participate. Okay. You can't include that now because now your graduation, your post-graduation activities are into the focus. Okay. Active rather than passive voice. This is important. Active voice and passive voices. Can anyone tell? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, madam, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, can anyone tell me, let us keep it a bit interactive. So when we say using in an active way rather than a passive way, what do we mean? Can anyone tell? English is okay now, or do you want me to use Marathi, Hindi? Ma'am, English is okay now?
English only, madam. We'll keep
Okay,
it in
ma'am.
English only.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so what do we mean when we say we have to use the active voice over there?
Active means that we are doing presently, and passive voice means what
Can
we
anyone tell?
done
At
in
least try to
pastly.
guess. Yeah, pardon me. Yeah, okay. You say that active is what we are doing at the present, rather passive is what we did at the past. Okay, I would write like, thank you for the answer. First of all, I would like to clarify here a bit. So when I say active in the sense, the doer of the action should come in the beginning. Basically, in resume, your verbs matter a lot. So like I participated in technical events. I participated in paper presentation competition held at so and so college. So you are writing about your presentation. Go for active voice so that the doer of the action comes in the beginning. Your past is also there. Passive means doesn't mean past. Passive voice means where you give importance to the object. Okay, for example, if I say the doctor operated the patient, this is active voice because doer of the action comes in the beginning. The doctor operated the patient. If I make it passive, the patient was operated by the doctor. That is passive voice. So never go for passive voice in your resume. Always prefer active voice. So I participated in, I successfully completed my course on. So I, giving focus on active voice, that is you should come there, that is I, and then the verb, clear, and then the object. Written to express, not to impress. Now this is very important. So what we think is resume is for creating an impression. Yes, it creates an impression, but use resume to express what you have done. Then your resume will come in a beautiful way. Many times it happens so that students use tailor-made resume. Online, there are many resume. If you Google out resume for an MA postgraduate, for the post of professor, you will get it. For an MCom graduate, you will get it. So you will get tailor-made resumes. It isn't that you will not get, but you have students, what do is they copy that resume as it is. They copy down the hobbies, they copy down the career objective from their online resume. So when your resume goes to the company people come to know that this is a tailor-made resume. This is a resume that has been copied. Okay, so they will not select you. There itself you will get rejected. So be honest. Be honest. Write your own resume. You can refer online for sample resume. Refer it, but don't copy paste it as it is. Okay. So resume is written to express, not just to impress. Articulate rather than flowery. Don't make your resume very decorative using different color font, different types of font. No, go with standard form like Times New Roman, Calibri, or Cambria. You can use. Keep the font size to 12. Put proper spacing. If you are a fresher, see to it that your resume does not exceed for more than 2 pages. Okay, don't use different fonts, different size of fonts. Don't use different colors. Okay, even if your photograph that is there in the resume, it should be a formal photograph. Sometimes students put photographs like they have standing in a garden and they have taken a photo. They'll just crop it. They will crop it and put it up over there. So don't do that. Fact based, quantify and qualify. This is very important. Whatever you have put in the resume, like you have participated in different events, you should have proof of it. You should have a certificate, a participation certificate. If you have won any award, you should have that certificate. Okay, so you have to be fact based. You can't lie, you can't fake out in the resume. Don't bluff in the resume. Now, resume is written for people who can scan quickly. Everything should be point wise. It should come up in such a bulleted way that people should understand. At a glance, they should come to know how good your resume is. So this much care you have to take while you draft your resume. Now, these are the top 6 resume mistakes that students commit. First thing is spelling and grammar errors. You cannot commit a single spelling and a grammar error. There is no scope. Don't commit any mistake. Get it checked from your teachers, get it checked from your seniors, someone from the family who is good with English, or someone who is already working in the industry. Okay? or in your field. So you can get it checked from there. Take care that not a spelling, not a single grammar mistake should be there in the resume. There is one point in the resume, career objective. Even students go wrong with the spelling of career. They make it career objective. So first of all, it's not career, it's career. Okay. So they even commit a mistake over there. So it should be CAREER. Okay. So they make it CA. Career की spelling लिख देते हैं. So IER they add over there. So that is somewhere they commit mistake. Even while pronouncing the word career, it should be career. They make it carrier. So carrier is different and career is different. Just when you watch on the read on the trucks written over there, goods carrier. So माल वहाँ पे थे ना, it's goods carrier. So that's a carrier, and you have your own career. Okay, they use passive language, avoid passive language, instead use action words. Action words means verbs. Okay, not well organized. Somehow resume केलेला आहे. Okay, whenever you make a resume, once you check it, convert it in a PDF. Because when you mail your resume Word file, if you mail it as a Word file, if the Windows version is different, Windows 5 to Windows 7 होता है, version changes, the complete layout of your Word file will change. So whenever you prepare your resume, final copy should be in the Word form, in the PDF form. Save it with your name. Many a times what happens, we save our resume on our desktop. So on my desktop, then I'm saving it as my resume. So instead of that, give your name to the resume, okay, and save it properly. Not demonstrating results. So sometimes students don't put their results, academic results, they don't write in the resume, which they should mention, okay. Too long. For a fresher, a resume should not be more than 2 pages. If you are experienced, if it's a CV, then it goes lengthy. But as a fresher, it isn't too lengthy. Okay. Now these were the don'ts, not to do mistakes. Now what are the do's? Be consistent in format and content. Format can change. Use any format that is available online, that will do. Put proper content in the resume. Put proper content. So right from career objective, your academics, your skills, if a project you have done, internship you have done, okay, have you participated in different technical events, non-technical events, okay, events from academics. If you do social work, even mention that your hobbies, your interests. If you have won any prizes in academics, in cultural event, or in sports, you have to see that you mention every important point that you have done during your course of degree. Make it easy to read and follow, balancing white space. So proper space should be there, at least 1.5 space should be there. Okay, proper bulleting should be there. Headlines should be made bold so that they are highlighted properly. So same spacing, use consistent spacing म्हणजे काय? It means using the proper spacing everywhere. So sometimes 1.5, sometimes 2, sometimes 2.5. Don't change the spacing, don't change the alignment. It should be proper. Underline, if you underline one bullet point, underline all the points. Italics, basically avoid italics. Making bold, if you're making bold, make wherever you want to bold. For example, event, paper present, I participated in paper presentation competition. Make paper presentation in italics and bold. Then again, I have participated in quiz competition. So quiz competition should be bold and in italics. So follow the same pattern everywhere. Clear? Give headings. That is very important. Career objective heading, academic qualification heading, additional skills heading, co-curricular activities heading, extracurricular activities, hobbies. So give such headings that will make your resume more strong. Now, for education, use the reverse chronological order for anything. For achievement, for participation, go from recent to past. Like for education, you start with your latest degree and you go to the 10th standard. Don't start from 10th to 12th like this. So if you are MCom, BCom, 3 years of your graduation, what were your marks to your 12th and to your 10th. Okay, that way. Avoid information gaps. Don't see that if there is any information missing, go through your resume again and again and again. See that there is no very important information missing from your resume. And at last, be sure that you format your resume properly. If converted to a PDF, see to that you convert it in a PDF in a proper way, in a proper manner. Okay. So don't use personal pronouns such as I. So even if I said I participated, so I को काय करायचंय? Consider I, but don't write I in the resume. So participated in paper presentation competition, participated in state level cricket matches. So start with action word. Start with action word. Second thing is don't abbreviate. Don't use abbreviations. Don't use short forms in the resume. Clear? It will not create a strong impact. The other person will not understand what you are writing. Use a narrative style. See, it is a resume. It is not a story that you are writing. So don't write in 3 lines, 4 lines, or don't make paragraph. One-liners are necessary in a resume. Use of slang or colloquialism. Don't use informal language. Go for formal language in resume writing. Okay. Avoid slang or informal language like putting a hi, hello, or using very simpler words which are non-technical or which are not from your academics. Include a picture. Yeah, don't include images. Only your photograph should be there. Don't include age or gender. It doesn't come in your resume. List references. Okay, at the end. Don't list references at the end of your resume. Okay, now along with the resume, yeah, Ashok Kumar, yeah, I'll show, if time permits, I'll show you. You want to show me your resume. Okay, maybe at the end, if we have time, I can go through your resume. Okay. So along with the resume that goes is your cover letter. So before your resume is seen, what is seen is your cover letter. Okay. So cover letter is addressed to a specific person. Basically, it is written. It shows, or you can say, it is more brief than a resume. It is very brief than your resume. So in a cover letter, you keep it very short. You keep it very brief. You mention only those skills that are necessary for the job profile. Don't write a very lengthy cover letter. It's also called a job application letter. It shouldn't be very lengthy. It shouldn't be very lengthy. Don't write very big paragraphs. They should be short and compact. Write your skills, write your qualifications in your cover letter. And this is very important. Put yourself in the reader's shoes. Now, when you say put yourself in the reader's shoes, what does it mean? It means that how will the reader understand me, or what image will I create in the mind of the reader? That is very important. So whenever you say something, the person who is going to read my cover letter, will this create an impression on his mind or her mind? So you can get it read from your teacher, from your seniors, from your friends who can help you out with it. What can you write that will convince the reader that you are ready and able to do the job? So what can I write in the cover letter? Go through many sample cover letters, you will get to it. Don't beg for a job, okay? Don't say, I will be very grateful if you give me the job. So the moment you say, I'll be thankful, I'll be grateful, it means you are questioning your ability. You are questioning your skills, okay? That you don't believe in yourself. Believe in yourself when you write the cover letter. And don't repeat the pronoun I again and again and again, okay? So that will make it more repetitive, that will make it more monotonous, okay? Now, what is cover letter? Cover letter is a marketing tool. Like a resume, it is also a marketing tool. Many action words are used, means verbs are used. Okay, you can have an advisor who will provide feedback on your letter. So many such are there online. You can refer, get suggestions for your cover letter. Okay, so that will help you prepare a proper cover letter. Okay. Now, if you convert it to the PDF, don't just convert it in a PDF and send your cover letter. Go through the PDF properly. See if the alignment is properly done. Okay. And see that it doesn't change the layout of the letter. Yeah, your references, your skills, your experiences have to be mentioned in your cover letter. That will attract the attention of the person who is reading your cover letter. Okay. Be very careful about your credentials, about the information that you're putting on your cover letter, and make sure your resume and cover letter are prepared with the same font type and size. Okay, so what you can say, if you prepare any cover letter online, you will get many help. Okay, so even on Word, while you're typing on Word, you will get to know the mistakes that you have committed. So they show the mistakes that you have committed, like spelling mistakes are there, or you can say any grammatical mistakes are there. They are highlighted in the Word file. Clear? Any doubts over here? Then I can move on. I'll take some doubts so that there'll be a bit of gap for you all to understand, and then I can move on. If no, I'll move on. Yeah, any doubts? Any questions you all have? You can put it in the chat box. Okay, if not, I'll proceed. Well, we come to the next part. That is, okay, thank you, Adarsh and Ashok. Okay, we come to the next part, that is group discussion. We all know the concept of group discussion. Clear? Have you all participated in group discussion? I would like to ask you. Yes? Have you all? You can put it in the chat box. Have you all ever participated in a group discussion?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. How does it feel to participate in a group discussion? Does it go easy or is it challenging?
It is challenging, but feel good, ma'am.
It's challenging, but it's good. Anyone else? You can put it in the chat box also. Let it make it a bit interactive. Others, students who are afraid to speak or hesitant to speak, they can type it in the chat box. How is the experience when it comes to participate in a GD? Challenging and nice. Okay, Ashok. What about others? If you want to speak, you can speak. Can they unmute? They can unmute and speak. No, yeah, it is good. Okay, only 2 students are responding. Others also need to respond. Yeah, how is the experience of a GD? Do you love to participate in a GD or do you avoid participating in a GD? Challenging. Okay, it's challenging. What else? Yes. Anyone else? Okay, students, try to participate. Are you afraid to speak in a GD? Or are you comfortable when it comes to speaking in GDs? Or when it comes to participating in group discussion? Others says it's good. Okay, Wazir says it's challenging. Challenging and nice. Am I audible?
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, wait. Wait a minute. Okay, when it comes, okay, when it comes to participating in the GD, basically when it's group discussion, it involves the participation of the people who are asked to debate, but it's not like a debate exactly, because in debate you take two opposite stands and you discuss accordingly, and you don't have the opportunity to change your stand. Okay, so whatever firm stand you have taken, you have to be with it. Whereas GD allows you a bit of flexibility to discuss on different aspects of the topic given by the interviewer. So GD gives us that scope of participation, which debate doesn't. Okay. Now, when I it's very challenging and helpful. Okay, you are. So many of you all are really comfortable with GD, but some find it difficult, some find it challenging. It won't be challenging if you follow some tips, or if you follow a proper strategy to enhance your group discussion skills. They basically won't go difficult for you. Okay. Now, the group discussion is said to be very critical because it allows interviewers to analyze
There is a network issue with ma'am. So Purin ma'am.
Mrunalini madam. Mrunalini madam. Amay, give a call. Amay,
Yes, ma'am. I will.
give a call. Give a call.
Yes, ma'am. मॅडम ना कॉल केलाय. मॅडमचा थोडा नेटवर्क इश्यू आहे. मॅडम 1-2 मिनिटात लगे ऑनलाईन येतील.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Make me the host. I can't share. I think so there was some internet issue. That's why I got logged out.
Ma'am, you can share now.
Okay. Wait a minute. Screen. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So we were discussing the various phases of group discussion. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we had seen with various phases of group discussion. Okay. We saw orientation, that is the phase, then conflict. We saw teamwork, performance, and at last we saw conclusion. Now, okay. How to participate in the group discussion? Let us look at this. So first thing is, so I already told you, review the topic. So online students, whenever you find time, there are very interesting topic websites. Sorry, like there's Bullseye, there's Prep Insta. Many such websites are there that will help you prepare with the current GD topic. Clear? Second thing Now, whenever your group discussions are scheduled, see to it that you don't arrive late for the group discussion. The more early you arrive, that creates the impression that you are a sincere candidate. Okay. Then the third thing is speaking the right way. Okay. See, whenever you are speaking in a GD, don't wait for others to give their approval. Okay. And instead of saying, I think that, straight away you can say, okay, so this is what I think about the topic. So instead of starting, I think that. So never give away doubtful expressions in a group discussion. Use the correct tone. Now in a group discussion, you need to modulate your voice. Don't be monotonous, means don't speak on the same pitch. Now herein you are specifically speaking in English. And while speaking in English, you have to bring about variation in your voice. That is very necessary. Clear? So for this practice English speaking skills, do more and more group discussions in English. You can do one thing. If you are afraid of speaking in English, you can come up with short sentences. Don't make lengthy sentences while speaking in a group discussion. So short sentences will make it easy to speak, will commit to less grammatical mistakes. Use simple vocabulary. See, whenever you are communicating, it is not that you have to use very difficult, big, difficult vocabulary. You can use simple vocabulary, and that is the key of any communication. You have to be polite in a group discussion. So appreciate others. Don't always prove that they are wrong. If some of them has given a very valid point, if some of them has given have given a very correct point, appreciate it. That will showcase your leadership skills. That will showcase how open you are, or how flexible you are, how adaptable you are. Okay. Keep focused. Don't wander away from the topic. That is called digression. Many times it so happens that when you are discussing, you move away from the main topic of your group discussion. Don't let this happen. And even if your team moves away from the topic of group discussion, make them aware that, friends, this is not what we were discussing. Bring them back to the topic of discussion. Elaborate. Don't speak in 1 or 2 lines and end. This is what I feel. Okay. Explain it. Give examples. Okay. Share your experiences. Share what you have read. And most important point in a GD is connecting. Connect with what others have said. Comment on what others have said. Don't just put your point of view. And then comes your body language, which is equally important. Hands should be apart. Smile on your face. If it's a serious topic, be serious, okay? For example, the topic is crime against women and you are smiling over there. Don't do that. Serious topic, be serious over it. Be friendly but assertive. Assertive means be with don't be aggressive. Don't shout. Don't speak in a very loud noise. Don't dominate people. Be polite. Be convincing. Use a good language, a convincing language. And discuss with confidence. When you are speaking, look at others who are there in the group discussion. And while they are speaking, look at them, nod your head, give them confidence to speak. So these are some tips to participate in group discussion. Now, some of the skills, just now we saw assertiveness. Don't dominate the GD. Be very polite. Be confident. Accept what others are saying. Now, when you are arguing with others, let it go in a logical way. Don't talk like a school-going kid. Don't give some foolish talk over there. Convince them, convince your ideas through examples. Okay? And think before you speak. This is very, very, very important. Don't start abruptly. I say you must start. See, before you listen to others carefully, your listening skills are very important in a GD. Someone has repeated a point. Don't say a point. Don't repeat that point. If you don't listen to that person, you will repeat the point. If you repeat the point, you will lose your score. Think and speak in a GD. Okay. You have to be a team leader, team player. Listen to others, listen to their point of view. Don't interrupt people. This is very important. Don't stop them in between. Never stop them. Don't cut others. They will lose their score. You will lose your score. Sorry, you will lose your score. Clear? And when you speak, your conversation should be clear. Voice clear. Pronunciations clear. Even if there is MTI influence, MTI means mother tongue influence is there. Even then, try to speak in such a way that the other person will understand what you are speaking. Articulate your voice clearly. Speak your words clearly and effectively. That is very important. At last, your presentation should be very important in a group discussion. Your thoughts should be properly laid down. Don't put in a confused way. See, if you are confused, you will put everything in a confused way. Clear? So you should put up the thoughts in such a way that the overall presentation should sound good. Your tone should be positive. It should be pleasant. Then your creativity should be showcased in the group discussion. Come up with creative ideas. If it's a problem, come up with solutions. Accept things. Don't show that you are very rigid. Don't show that you are not adaptable. Don't show that you cannot mold yourself. You cannot change yourself. Show that, yes, you have the learning ability. Okay. And then proper time management. Don't cut others, but don't speak so much that you consume more time from what others are speaking. Participate, but give others also an option, a chance to speak. Clear? So don't encroach on others' timing. And at last, summarizing. If you are summarizing the GD, you will get a score. One who summarizes the GD, one who concludes the GD, will speak on all aspects of the GD. All aspects, all points that you have discussed in the GD. Conclusion doesn't mean what you have spoken. Conclusion means the complete summary of what everything has spoken, what everyone has contributed. That is summarizing. Okay. So it shows that you have good listening skills. Okay, and then some last tips for group discussion. You should have good subject knowledge. Prepare notes on current affairs. Even if you can't prepare notes, read newspapers, read local newspapers, read vernacular newspapers first. Start from Marathi newspapers, then read English newspapers, watch news in Marathi, in Hindi, in English on the television. Nowadays, applications are there, apps are there, TOI, like Times of India app is there. So you can read news even on your cell phone, but be updated with the current affairs. Okay. Then speak only when relevant. Don't interrupt others. Okay. Whenever you get your chance, speak, but don't jump late into the GD. Don't start late into the GD. Start at the earliest in the first and the second round. If you're late to start in the GD, you will not get selected. Okay. And then show your leadership qualities through the group discussion. Be a good listener. Just now I told you, how will you show that you are a good listener? When others are talking, nod your head. If you nod your head, people will look at you. And when you are talking, look at other students who are seated over there. And then improve your communication skills. This is very, very, very important. Practice. Itna practice karo, GD, practice so much that you get used to pronouncing the words easily, that they come out easily while you are speaking. So practice, stand in front of the mirror and practice speaking in English. Look at your body language. How do you maintain eye contact? Are you afraid to look at others? Don't dominate the GD. This is very important. Allow others to speak. Don't dominate them. And don't be aggressive. Don't shout at others. Don't constantly tell others that they are wrong and that you are always right. Okay. Don't play for two teams, for and against. This is important. Don't jump from one point to other. Are movies good or bad? Okay, and sometimes you say movies are good, next time you say movies are bad, again you say movies are good. So don't jump on both the sides again and again. Okay, be firm with your stand, but yes, you can agree with the opponent. Don't give up your speech time. Whatever time you have given, be happy with it. Okay, now don't be a part of Melly. What is situation when if sometimes it so happens ki when it is a very sensitive topic, like a topic on politics, like who takes care of parents, girls or boys, a gender sensitive topic. On such topics, what do students do? They start fighting, they start creating a chaotic atmosphere is there in the GD. All are talking at the same time. In such situation, no one gets selected from the group. So avoid being a part of this chaos, of this confusion. Be a facilitator in a GD. Facilitator means if someone is not talking, give them, motivate them to talk. Keep the GD on the right track. Don't let the GD go outside the track. So these are some of the tips about group discussion. If any doubts you all have, you can ask me. We can go for the doubts and then we can go for interview skills. If doubts are not there, we can straight away move on to the next point. Do you all have any doubts? Do you all have any doubts? You all can ask me. Any doubts? Shall I proceed then?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. We come up to the last phase of interview skills. Now we all know what an interview is, wherein there's a candidate and there's an interviewer who questions the candidates on necessary skill sets. So interview skills are skills that allow a person to be more effective throughout the interview process for a new position. So you are being wherein you showcase your skills. You highlight your skills in the interview. Now, acing job interviews requires in-depth preparation. Preparing for an interview is not one-day job. Throughout your academics, throughout your graduation, your post-graduation, the way you learn your academics, the way you learn your subjects, that is very important. Now, many a times teachers ask questions in the classes. They do ask while they are teaching. But how many of the students dare to stand up and answer those questions? Very few. From here, your interview skills preparation starts. Can you answer the questions asked confidently? Can you confidently and comfortably answer them? Can you discuss your skills? Can you discuss your experience? Can you discuss your qualification with the hiring manager? So interview skills, though it sounds a communication between a candidate and an interviewer, it is much more than that. Okay. So let us see the 10 interview skills that help you stand out as a candidate. First thing, research the company and the position. You need to be thorough with what the company is all about, right from the tagline of the company to the position. What skills are required in the company? And do I possess those skills? So whatever skills the company requires, focus on those skills. Highlight those skills during the interview. Second is preparation. Prepare thorough with your academics. Prepare the technical questions. Nowadays, online, if you type the company name and the questions, or if you type questions, HR questions, or question for so-and-so position, you will get videos, you will get ample of questions with which you can prepare. Take a friend, take help of your teacher, give them a questionnaire, make them ask the questions. Record your interview. That is the best solution, I would say. Record your interview. Record your self-introduction. The first question that comes up, introduce yourself. Preparation means not just technical or academic preparation, but other aspects also. So right from what you are going to wear for the interview, where you are going to sit if it's an online interview. Clear? And when will you arrive for the interview? Where is the interview? What you can say, location. If it's not in the campus, then if you have to go for, say, like Pune, Mumbai, or Sangli somewhere, there you have to be punctual. You have to reach at the interview place at least half an hour earlier. Okay? And then maintaining professionalism, wearing proper clothes, carrying your documents properly, carrying at least 2 to 3 resume copies. A soft copy of your resume should be attached through your mail, printouts, some blank papers in your file, a pen, 2 to 3 photographs should be there. A proper folder file should be there where documents are properly fit in. Don't carry a carry bag over there. That will make a nasty noise and will create a bad impression. So professionalism matters, my dear students. Everything properly put in the file, because you will be putting the file before the interviewer. He will be looking at your file, so it has to be neatly arranged. And at last but not the least is the way you communicate. Itna practice karo, practice self interviews so much. Give so many mock interviews that you should be confident for any question that comes in the interview. See, for an interview, you are evaluated not from the first question. The moment you say, may I come in, sir? So how you say, may I come in? How you enter? So how is your tone? May I come in, sir? There should be a raise and fall in your tone. How do you open the door? In which hand you are carrying the file? File should always be in the left hand. Your right hand should always be free for a shake hand. If you are giving a shake hand, give a proper shake hand. Hand should be at 90 degrees. 1, 2, and 3. You leave the hand. Practice your shake hand also. Okay? Listening skills are important. Listen to the interviewer carefully. Look at the interviewer when the interviewer is asking you questions. You can't say every time, pardon me, sir, excuse me, sir, pardon me, sir. The interviewer will think you are not serious about the interview. Ask questions. There is a question at the end of the interview. Do you have any questions for me? That is a moment when you can ask questions. Don't ask about salary. How much salary will I get? Don't ask like what facilities will I get? Ask them what learnings will you get? Ask them how will your days schedule be over there? Ask them on what different aspects you'll be working. What will your job profile be over there? So ask such technical questions. Showing interest, show interest in your interview. Don't hurry to finish your interview. Don't be in a hurry. Don't speak very fast to answer the question. If you're speaking very fast, what will happen is the interviewer will feel, oh my God, the student wants to finish the interview and go. Don't show that. Show that you are interested. Take proper follow up. After you have given your interview, after 1 week, if you don't receive any mail, any rejection mail, nor selection mail, send them a reminder mail. Send them a reminder mail. Give them a call, asking about the whereabouts, asking about what happened, about the result of your interview. Okay, so proper. So I would like to end up with this quote over here, that the future belongs to the competent. You need to get good, you need to get better, and you need to be the best. So after covering up all these 3 topics, interview skills, group discussion, and resume, I would like to say that these are not just what comprise of placements or your future career. There are many more things that come up when it comes to placements. I have just touched upon briefly with these 3 aspects. Only thing is, nowadays students, everything is easily accessible to you. There are teachers to help you out how to prepare for on all this stuff. additional guidance is being given to you. Online, many networks are there that will help you out. So take help of all these facilities and prepare well so that you get placed at a suitable, or you get a suitable position, a job of your dream. You get the job of your dream. So that's all I had from my side. And I would like to go for the questions now. Yes? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, madam, you're audible.
Okay, if some questions are there, we can go for the questions.
Students, if you all have any doubt, you all can raise the questions. Please, Amay, Diksha, any doubt?
Okay. Mansi Joshi has put up, ma'am, that which are the necessary computer courses for common student for job. See, Mansi, it basically depends upon the job profile that you're going to select for. Okay. And rather than me, your teachers are really apt or they are the rightful guides who will tell you what additional courses you need to prepare for that. Even if you Google it out, that for this job profile, what computer skills are necessary. Rather than computer courses, I would suggest, Mansi, what computer skills are necessary. Go for skills rather than courses, because every computer course may not have the skills that are required in your career. But at least the basics should be well versed with. You should be able to go for a proper PPT. You should be good with handling Excel, PowerPoint, Word file. At least these are the basics. But apart from that, skill sets, your faculties can help you or guide you in a more. Anyone else?
Excuse me, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. My question is that nowadays most of the interviews conducted are in English. So how can we practice English so that way that confidence level will be high while giving interview?
Yeah, sir, a very good question. What you can do is the job profile for which you are appearing. Okay, what you can do is you can online, if you Google out, sir, online, if you Google out, you will get a set of questions. Take for any company that you want to appear for, or you can get career specific also questions. So these are sample questions. Okay, you can take those sample questions. You get sample answers for their questions also online. So refer to those sample answers, but don't make them your own answers. You have to write your own answers. Okay. Now the first question that comes up by default is self-introduction. So this question should be prepared in such a way that it leaves an impression on the mind of the interviewer. The way you are answering the first question, how confidently you answer, how do you focus on your key areas, the key skills. Clear? So prepare it, write it down, I would say. If you feel your English is average, if you feel you are weak in this language, write down the answers. I suggest my students that they write down the answers. Now, after writing down, practice them loudly. Get the answers checked so that no grammatical mistakes are there. Practice them loudly. Look at the pronunciations. And if there is a friend who can help you with it, give the list of the questions to that friend. Let that friend ask you question and start answering the questions. Okay. And apart from that, one thing that you can do is there are some interview apps. Apps are also there which you can use. They give you standard model answers. You can use those model answers and prepare. You can stand in front of the mirror and practice. If there is no friend, you can do one more thing is video mirroring. Now, what is video mirroring is you can keep the mobile in front of you on the camera, video on you on the video, and you start recording your answers. You look at your body language, you look at your voice pitch. So once the recording is over, you will come to know what mistakes you have committed. Show the recording to your teacher, get feedbacks from your teacher or some senior who is ready to help you. That way, sir, you can practice to improving your interviews. Our students give 15 to 20 interviews देतात ते. Then somewhere काही मुलांचं कॉन्फिडन्स येतं की जे एकदम ॲव्हरेज असतात. How see how Solapur मध्ये कसं how is it in Solapur? I'll tell you. Many of the students are from rural background. Even in engineering, we face this problem. While they speak mother tongue influence, जसं Kannada, Marathi, Hindi, influence is seen on English, like I worked, talked, this all comes up. So I suggest my students to record their videos and send it to me. I go through the videos, I give them guidance that this is where they have to check, and they give me mock interviews. They give me, at least if the student is very weak, I conduct 20 mock interviews, at least 20 mock interviews, till the students gets confidence to present himself. I hope I have justified. Yes, sir?
Yeah. Thank
Anyone else? There's Kanchan Kumbhar. Ma'am, how can we be more confident in front of selectors? Yeah, again in the same way, others, the more you practice makes us perfect. So when it comes to communication, my dear students, be it interview, be it group discussion, be it extempore, or be it presentation skills, in communication, only one thing that helps you to be ahead of others is practice and only practice. Yes, anyone else?
Ma'am, I have one more question. Can I ask?
Yeah, you can ask with it.
Okay, so in today's world, means after Corona, most of the interviews conducted are through phone call or Google Meet or Zoom. So there's lack of impressing the HR or the manager by body language or our uniform code. So are there any points or how can we impress the HR or by our any mode?
See, that's why on my video. Now we are communicating online. Am I right, Vedant? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. Now I'm visible. I'm visible to you. I'm visible. You can see what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Yes, you can see what I'm wearing. You can see my hand movements. Yeah. So whenever it's an online interview, first thing, see to it that the mode of communication that you are using, be it laptop or cell phone, technical error should not be there. Just now as it occurred, but technology, it's at last technology. But you need to see that you are ready with an alternate source. Second thing, when you are giving an online interview, what you wear matters a lot. So see to it that you go with your college uniform. That is a preferred way. If you have an ID, wear the ID that shows that you are very disciplined. Clear, neatly combed hair, a proper background should be there, like I have at my back. So there shouldn't be any disturbance. You should sit in a room where there is no disturbance, any noise disturbance over there. Apart from that, position your camera in such a way that even your hand movements are visible to the interviewer. And your camera should be to the level of your eye, so that you shouldn't bend on the camera and see. So an erect posture, hand apart, hand movements in the middle so that they are visible to the interviewer. A bright light so that your expressions are clearly seen to the interviewer. They should be visible to the interviewer. So basically we tell this to our students, don't show what you can say, too gaudy appearance. A pleasant appearance is necessary for any interview. Got it now?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? Can you tell me the time duration of self-introduction? I would suggest 1 minute. Don't go beyond that. But it's at last how energetic you give it, okay? If you are pleasing, if you are lively, if you are cheerful, they will enjoy your self-introduction. But if you are monotonous, if you are going in a very boring way, they will lose the interest in listening to you. See, interview is all about selling yourself, the way you project yourself in a positive way, in an appealing way, okay? So mark your introduction, record it, see how much time it takes. And don't speak very fast. Don't speak very slow, don't speak very fast, a medium pace. So Swata, if you record and if you listen, you will come to know, do you understand what you are speaking? Anyone else? Anyone else has any question? Okay, thank you, Pramod. Any other question? Come on, any question with respect to resume, GD, group discussion or interview? See, these topics basically themselves are so lengthy. One complete section can be conducted on resume, one complete session. But I have just introduced a glimpse to these topics. It's just a glimpse to it.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I don't have experience. So is there any alternative that I can add to boost my resume?
Yeah, as I said, online, Amay, you will get ample of resume formats. Okay, you can use those resume formats and prepare your resume. And apart from that, keep one thing in mind, that you don't leave any important point, any important participation that is necessary from the job perspective, any skill set that is required from the job perspective.
Thank you, ma'am.
Online, you all will get many resume samples. So don't forget to mention, like for example, you have LinkedIn account. Don't forget to mention your LinkedIn account over there. Facebook account nahi karna hai. LinkedIn account, if you have. And nowadays, students are preparing their video CVs. A separate session comes on the video CV. Video CV is where you prepare your self-introduction video. You upload that video on the YouTube. And the link of that video is given in the resume. Okay. And if the interviewer clicks that link, it takes them to your video CV, which has your complete self-introduction. So nowadays companies are going for video CVs also. Adarsh is asking, should I specialize my resume or keep it general? See, resume, I told you earlier, it changes from job to job. Every job profile requires different skill sets. So whatever skill sets are required by that specific job, they should be focused in the resume. So that way the arrangement should be there. Those skills should come ahead and other skills should come afterwards. Ma'am, is there any certificate courses app that courses will help for CV? Sejal, no need to go for any certificate course app or application for CV. Applications are there. Applications are many in number. Applications are many in number, but if you type in Google, okay, a resume for so and so post or so and so qualification, you will get ample of resume formats. You can follow any of the standard formats that will do for you. Yes, anything else? Okay, there's one more. Is it necessary to prepare both resume and covering letter? Not necessary every time, but if you are appearing individually, if you are applying, then your covering letter goes. If it is through campus placements, basically through campus, when the institute is interacting, only your enough. What information about the company should be searched? See, about the company, there are the 3 C's of the company that should be searched. One is about the company. When was the company established? Who is the founder member of the company? Where is the headquarters of the company? What are the services provided by the company, or what are the products of the company? Where are the different branches? Are there any upgoing projects of the company? Or you can say, has the company won any awards recently? What is the annual turnover of the company? Okay, you have to find this out. And apart from that, the second is company. Who is the competitor? Second C is who is the competitor of the company? Which other companies in the market are the competitors of the company? So finding out about the company, the competitor, and who is the customer, who is the client of the company, and what are the needs you have to find out about the company. So the company, the competitor, and the client or the customer of the company. Yes, anyone else? Anyone else? Can I use anecdotes, humor in the discussion? Yeah, humor can be added in the discussion, but it should be appropriate to the topic of the discussion. And when you say short stories, but the short story should not be so lengthy that you consume other people's time. It should be a story maybe like that is known to everyone, or anecdotes that are known to everyone. Okay, humor through anecdotes and short stories is okay, but it shouldn't make fun of others in the GD. If you make fun of others in the group discussion, you are bound to lose you will create a bad impression. So don't come up with anecdotes or short stories that make fun of others. Quotes, proverbs, phrases you can use in group discussion. That will help. Anyone else?
Yes, Sakshi. Sakshi,
Yes, ma'am.
should we wind up? So before you all propose your vote of thanks, let me for a minute. So on behalf of Sangameshwar College and the placement sale, I would like to thank Dr. Mumtaz Sheikh for her excellent presentation. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I express my gratitude for having invited me for this session, ma'am.
Yes.
I thank you. I thank respected principal, ma'am, and the management of Sangameshwar College, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Sakshi, now you can propose vote of thanks.
There's one question that has come up. Shall we take it, ma'am?
Yes, madam. Yes.
Okay. There's a question, ma'am. How should we answer? Why should we hire you? So it's a very tricky, I would say, but very easy question. Why should we hire you? So when they ask you why should we hire you, focus on your strengths. You should hire me because I possess these skills. So your technical skills, academics, and your non-technical skills. That is your interpersonal skills, like I possess team skills, leadership skills, and I'm an adaptable person. So you should hire me because I possess these skills. So these skills means I possess in these skills, like include your academic skills plus your soft skills or interpersonal skills into it. Okay, thank you, Wazir. Okay, ma'am, we'll sum up the session now then.
Okay.
I would like to thank you, ma'am, Mumtaz ma'am, for sharing your wonderful experience and a great presentation with us and enlightening our students with your opinions and advices. I'm thankful for the advice and guidance that you have to give to our students. Once again, thank you, Mumtaz ma'am, for giving your valuable time. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
And your important advice will help us in our future.
Okay, always welcome. Thank you. Ma'am, shall I log out?
Yes, madam. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
welcome.
Thank you everyone for joining. You can all leave now.